Hello and welcome to the Maths Guide, and today, Sunday, I'm just going to have a little discussion about what we will be doing this week, week number 6, and what we'll be doing next week, week number 7. So this week we're going to be doing a little bit of a revision of percentages, so this should be some reasonably nice, relatively straightforward questions. They might be slightly different to what you are used to, but it's going to put us in a good position for working with percentages in later weeks. And in week 7, we're going to be looking at constructions. So this week, we're going to be doing some nice, easy questions so that you don't have too much revision to do next week when we're doing constructions, because constructions can take a little bit of time for each question. So percentages, what are we going to be going over? So first of all, we're going to be remembering that percentages are fractions. So for example, 4% is the fraction 4 over 100, 12% is the fraction 12 over 100, and 12.5% is the fraction 12.5 over 100. We're also going to be working with percentages. The first thing we're going to need to be able to do is to convert from a percentage to a decimal value. The reason we do this is because it's best to work with decimals on your calculator, so you need to be able to always convert from a percentage to a decimal so that you're not trying to use the percentage symbol on your calculator, which can give very strange results and not the answers you're looking for. So a decimal is a very important thing that we're going to be using, and we're going to be doing that almost all the time rather than writing things as fractions or as percentages. Using percentages, we're going to be finding a percentage of a value. For example, what is 10% of 200? So 10% we're going to write as a decimal. Of in maths is almost always going to mean multiplied by, so we're going to find 10% as a decimal multiplied by the value 200, and that will give you your answer. But we'll look at that this week. I'll give you more details during the exercises. The next exercise, we're going to be finding a value as a percentage of another value. So it's going to ask the question, what is 8 as a percentage of 100? That should be clearly 8%, but we're going to be looking at how you work that out and how you get your answer, because you need to be able to write things as a fraction and write that fraction as a percentage. We're also going to be undoing finding a percentage of a value. Now, undoing is something I'm going to refer to quite a lot during this course. It's the reverse of what you've done. So for example, if I tell you that 8% of some value is 16, we need to think about how would I find 8% of a value, and then we undo that to find out the original value that we started with. And all this information is going to be very useful in all of the work that you're going to be doing further down in the course. So, like I said, we're going to be doing percentages this week. Some nice, straightforward, quick questions, because next week we're going to be looking at constructions, which take a little bit longer because you're going to be drawing and measuring angles. To draw and measure angles, you need a tool called a protractor, and you're going to be working on graph paper, or at the very least, squared paper. So we'll look at that next week, but if you don't have a protractor or graph paper yet, make sure that you have a graph paper and a protractor for the exercises that you're going to be doing next week. Okay, so that's just Sunday. That's just a little introduction to what you're going to be doing. But work away on the exercises and I'll give you more details as you continue with that.